How is everyone doing? My mouse is messed up, so I'm gonna be doing this manually tonight. This is crazy. Hello, Miss Stephanie. Stephanie was the first one here. Hello. Committed to the journey. Just Teha. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't say it the way you meant it. Hey, Linda. What's going on, Linda? Hey, Kiara. Hey, Miss Lacey. What's going on, people? How y'all doing on this Thursday? Oh my goodness, I went and got me a little sleep. Child, she said, "Oh, lie." I know that's right, girl. Oh, lie. Oh, no, that's not what I need to do. I got me a little sleep. Hey, Aries. Hey, Angela. How is everyone today? Hey, CC. We'll let everybody get in. We got 45, 47 people. Hey, Chance. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. Okay, it did. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button as you come in. Hello, Facebook family. Hello, Daphne, Lenora, Audie, Ada. My girl, not my girl Ada from Detroit. What's going on, Detroit? Hey, Raquan, Lavon, Ronnie. Girl, you know what? Miss Lacey said she was sitting on edge waiting for this live. I'm gonna be very honest. We have things to talk about, but there are things that are developing, honey. And before we really get started, let me see. Hey, Tammy, I have something that I really and truly want to address. I don't know if I should. Should I say something? I don't know if I should say something. I heard, honey, we're gonna get into it. Let me see. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Betty. Hey, Philly girl. Brenda, what's going on? My mouse is not working, and I am just distraught. Hey, Tasha. Okay, Tasha, I don't need much. Thank you. So let me put this up here, because we can talk about this while we got people coming in. Thank you, Patricia. Ooh, my Facebook family. I really hope that. Okay, let me talk about this real quick. Oh, I'm trying to. So there's a person. What's it say? Let me make it. Let me see if I can. I don't feel like touching the computer, like making it big. So let me go look at my photos. And it was like I noticed like little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just little things that didn't make sense about certain topics. You know how you have like like if you have a barrel of apples and then there's an orange in there from somewhere. Like, where the hell did this orange come from? So this was kind of the situation. So I made the post about Offset, right? The first post I made about Offset. And all of you had things to say about Offset. Hey, Sin. Hey, Charles. Hey, Jessica. So I'm getting ready to tell y'all something. I'm going to address something while people are coming in, and then we're going to get into it. Hey, Fern. And I'm going to say this before. I have to say this before. I absolutely love and adore you all. The fact that you all take your time on this Thursday for this hour, maybe 2 hours, and give it to me, even in the live, y'all going through trying to find other topics that we could talk about while we're in the live. So I appreciate you, right? I do this for you every single day, all day, every day. So with that being said, this person, this Tropical 442, okay, under the Offset post, y'all, we was talking about, hey, Rolanda, Tracy, what's going on? Doreen, YT, American Born, hey, American Born. She said, Miss Orange Man White. So I was like, what are you talking about? So under the Offset post, good family. Oh, fabulous faces in the building, baby. You know this night can go any kind of way. She wasn't here last week. I always get excited when she get in here. But anyway, so under the Offset post, everybody was talking about Offset, and this, he doing this, he doing that, da 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 da. She comes in here and says, let me make this big so y'all can see this. Because I was like, where the hell this come from? Somebody say them TikTok chicks done got to your head because you have become a mean girl. Girl, and then this is my response. Girl, that is not my business. And the reason I responded like that is because I was actually getting ready to go to bed. And so when I got up, the Offset post, because we were all talking about Offset. Like, this is the orange in the barrel of apples. Somebody say them TikTok chicks that got to your head because you have become a mean girl. And then y'all, she had said something else to me under a post that didn't make any sense. She said that I was a colorist because of Lotto and Clarissa Shields. And it wasn't even warranted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like I was saying I was going back and forth with Clarissa and Lotto. It wasn't anything like that. It was just something out of the damn blue. So don't worry, Bless. Don't even worry. Don't even worry, honey. I got it. But I had to come and say this because who is somebody? And she always comes up here with this these crazy sayings, y'all. I mean, the craziest stuff. And then I said, then I clicked on her face and I went through. The reason I know she say crazy stuff is because the things that she's posted on my page have been so off the wall. So Tropical 442, this is going to be up, and this live is up, but you will be deleted. But I work hard for any check I get. Matter of fact, I be at work when you sitting up here typing this. And if you so worried about my pockets, then why don't you get you a ring light and an account and try to get you some TikTok chicks? Because I don't even understand why people come to people's pages to be nasty. If you don't like me, I'm fine with that. Go to where other people don't like me and y'all have a field day. Don't come over here with no mess. I'm never about the mess. I talk about the mess, but as far as mess, I'm not in it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is wrong with you? What in the hell is wrong with you? So I hope, and I'm sure you may be on some other platforms, but after I finish this live tonight, you will no longer be on this platform. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I could say some other things, but I'm not. Just know that this had been on my mind. And it wasn't bothersome, it was just aggravating. And then, somebody say, they say. And I hate a they say bitch. You understand what I'm saying? If you a woman, come out and say, MilliCrew's, you look like you done got a mean girl since them chicks coming in. Okay, that's still gonna be your business. But stay out of mind. If this ain't where you feel like you want to be, go. I don't care. It's 250 people, and you probably in the bushes. It's 250 people that come here. It's 300, it's 500 people that come here. Even if you don't want to say something, sometimes I say things and they hop out the bushes. Right? And I appreciate my bush community. I ain't got no problem with them. I am a bush person also when I go different places because I just love to listen. Sometimes I have it in my AirPods and I'm cleaning and I'm cooking, but I'm listening. And I appreciate those people for being here. And this is for any platform, anybody. If it's somebody you don't like, why are you over there? That is certifiably insane. You realize that's insanity because my page is not going to change. Their page is not going to change. So you should figure out what you need to change and be. Now I'm done with it. Let me take this down. I said what I had to say. And I didn't even have to say that, but that's not me. I'm always going to say something. My mom would always tell me, girl, you ain't got to talk about it something all the time. You need to keep your mouth closed. Well, I can't. That's just not me. It wouldn't even be right. I couldn't sleep at night. It wouldn't even make sense. So I said, let me just keep it moving. Okay, y'all, we got that out the way. I hope everybody is having a good Thursday, and everybody that's here, you know they hear Monica. You know they hear me. You know it. So truly unhinged. Yeah. If TikTok paid the way when I tell you I be here talking to y'all all day every day and not get up, sitting up in no job. She said she got 2 checks with TikTok. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna start right here. Hey, Monica, and thank you all. Hey, Demita. And I need to shout out my Facebook family. Let me say this real quick too. So we're almost at 100,000 on Facebook, right? And I'm going to, and I said I was going to mention this on live. So we're almost at 100,000 on Facebook, and I'm definitely going to do something special. And I was thinking about it all night last night, and I was like, I have a set amount in my head that I want to do, so it's going to be more than one person. So when YouTube gets up to 50,000, when I get 50,000 subscribers, it's going to be the same thing. Let me tell y'all what I did. Last night, I went and looked up Cardi B tickets for the Atlanta show because that's her last show. And I know. Do you know how much I would have to love you? You know how much I love you to even think about it? And then when I looked at them prices, I said, how much do I love my people if I was to do this? Because I really thought about sending somebody to the Cardi show in Atlanta. That's what I really want to do. I want to pick 5 winners. And I want to send somebody to Atlanta, and I want to do spa days. So we're going to have something like that. But I don't know. I'm not saying I'm doing that. I'm not saying I'm doing that. So let's back up. I said I was thinking about it. So for Facebook, when we get to this 100K, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to pick, and I don't even have my stuff with me. I think I'm going to go live on Facebook. I'm going to let y'all know what it is. But there are 3 things I want you to do. I want to know why you would deserve a spa day. What is my favorite color, and it was something else, but we're gonna talk about it. I'll go live and let y'all know. But when YouTube hits 50 and beyond, yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I know TikTok probably mad because we've been at 100,000 for a while, but we've been stagnant. When we get to 200,000 on TikTok, then we're gonna go. So I'm really excited about that. I really appreciate all of you. So, and I just also want to give back. So I am going to do that. So as soon as we get to where we need to be, that's what's popping off. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is not for the week. Somebody told me in my Offset post, it was like, "Ooh, Milichard, you gave to Offset, but I could tell you was really holding back." And I really was. It was so much I wanted to say. If we was on the phone, I would have said it. We have to, before we get started. You know, I'm a hip hop girly. I grew up in the 80s when hip hop was I was on the scene. Me and hip hop are the same age. Let me say that. So we were on the scene together. Okay. And Africa Bambaataa has passed away. And I'm not like a huge African Bambaataa fan, but I am an African Bambaataa fan, a part of my trajectory and growing up, because he was who I heard also. So we have to say, you know, rest well, sir. Thank you for the music. Thank you for your space in this world. Thank you for just being hip hop. The perfect beat, absolutely. And we are losing people at such an alarming rate. And this is just, I hate this so bad. I hate it so bad. But yes, I have to start off the show. Hey, my mouse is messing up. I had to start the show off with that. So prayers to his family and rest well, sir. Thank you, Monica. Hey, Tamita. I know who don't love him. Who doesn't love him? Girl, nothing. I had a little rant, and then we did a, rest in peace to African Bambaataa. Okay, y'all, I don't know what I want to start with. And it's not anything. Let's start. I'm gonna start with the low, and then we'll go to the high. Because I mean, everything is high today, though. I think. Let's start with this. Let's start with Portia. So when the Real Housewives of Atlanta had come on, Portia introduced us to Mike. I'm not. I watch Country Wayne a little bit, but not just all the time and things like that. But y'all let me know he was part of the Country Wayne, universe. And then he dropped this little skit where the guy is sitting here talking to him about. I gotta make this big so I can read it, child. Well, guy was sitting here talking to him about being on a reality show, maybe get you on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and make you a love interest, and then I can move you from this space, and I can move you on up to this space. So they were clearly doing a skit. Mike Anthony convinced to join the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers. Atlanta producers were looking for a male love interest, and Mike saw it as an opportunity to build his brand awareness. Mike appears as Portia Williams' love interest on season 17. So this is kind of misleading the way it's said according to Mike and according to Portia. Portia said, absolutely false story. This is a skit filmed after Real Housewives of Atlanta season. Now, I kind of can believe that because the way they were talking in the skit, you could tell they were like, rehashing what could happen if you did this. And, he was like, I don't know if I want to do it. But let me make this small. But all in all, when you get down to the core of it, Portia just brought this man on this show. Just to have somebody. And this is what the people are saying about Real Housewives of Atlanta that they are upset with because it doesn't feel like old Atlanta. And we're never going to get old Atlanta back. That's gone. That's days old. But the fact that she brought this man on the show and the fact that she's currently in a relationship with Sway, a real relationship. We ain't seen her get on no airplanes with Mike. We haven't seen her feed him no strawberries. We haven't seen no Valentine's Day. We haven't seen anything. When Portia got on that one panel, y'all remember Portia got on that panel, she said she's dating men and women. This is the man. This is who she had to put in place to go along with what she had said. Because she had already filmed this. So she had gone to get Mike, and he is. Okay, I'm not mad at her choice. On no day am I mad at Portia's choice. But the fact that you paraded this man on the first episode, pretending like, and I love Portia, but I had to call it like I see it. Hey, Sherry, the fact that you brought this, well, I'm glad you're here, honey, Erica. The fact that you brought this man on this show, parading him around as if you're going to go the distance with him. And then we see on the preview after the first episode, you bring Sway up. Now, Sway is a constant. Now, I will say this, we haven't seen Sway in a minute. Hey, Ada. Hey, Ada. Next season, yeah. Hey, IJP. Portia knows how to keep her name out there. Girl, not Tony. Wait, we all know what Tony said. Tony said he fine, but a little slow. Yeah. Like, why even bring him on the first episode? You could have just waited. So this is why people eat Portia up. This is why people say that the show is not doing it's doing. Oh, child, I need to go over here and show y'all what Portia said. Oh, y'all remind me to go back to the Jasmine brand. I gotta go here and see what Portia said, child. Somebody sent me where is it? Hold on. Not Portia. I'm sorry, not Portia, but Phaedra. Look at this. Hold on, let me share this with y'all real quick, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Child, look what Phaedra done said about people on the doggone show being entertainers. So they Child, look at this. Phaedra Parks praises K. Michelle, says Real Housewife of Atlanta now has a highly acclaimed singer. So then they go, shout out to the girls are fighting. Then they go and add Candy on there. They didn't put Drew on there, but they put Candy on there. Phaedra praises K. Michelle, says Real Housewives of Atlanta now has a highly acclaimed singer. Girl, I know Kenny, like, how did I get into it? Phaedra recently opened up on Getting Real with the Housewives while speaking to US Weekly about the new season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. K. Michelle is absolutely hilarious. You know, after we've seen all these singers everyone wants to sing, now we got one that's really a highly acclaimed singer with Grammys and real credits and really awesome talent. Phaedra tells us she definitely clears the room with her wonderful voice and all of her accomplishments. Whenever acclaimed singer and Real Housewives of Atlanta come up, Kandi Burruss naturally stands out as one of the most accomplished figures in the franchise history. Now Phaedra, I like Phaedra, but I'm gonna have to go on and let her know this. Phaedra, you can't sit here and say Kandi is, I don't get down with Kandi all the time like that, but you can't sit here and take not one thing from Kandi Burruss. Even though Kandi did what she did in them comments under that Kenya post, I done got over that. I'm over it. It took me 3 years, but I'm over it. You can never, ever, ever, ever diminish Kandi Burruss Tucker, because that is her last name. You cannot diminish her. Grammys, now they may not be escape Grammys, but nevertheless, she got them in the house. Accomplishments, Kandi is not the best singer, but yet a singer who has accomplishments. Kandi, thank you. Kandi is freaking worldwide. She told you that. She put it on a t-shirt. And here we are today saying it. So Phaedra, if you clearly wanted to take a dig at Kandi, because you could have had Drew or Shamia up here. Because Drew, Shamia, no. But Kandi Burruss, you ain't about to do that to Kandi Burruss. I'm not gonna let that happen. It won't. You know. I've been on Kandi's side ever since she was going through that divorce. That's when I got over everything with Kandi Burruss, because you know how I feel about it. So I've been rocking with Kandi since December. No, yes, Erica. No scrubs, brighter Kandi. Exactly. For Phaedra to say that, let me see. Let me read it again. Let me go back real quick. Dang, this is everything. Portia has a single. She said, K. Michelle is absolutely hilarious. After we've seen all these singers, everyone wants to sing. Now we got one that's really a highly acclaimed singer with Grammys and real credits and really awesome talent. Real credits? Okay, so the girls are fighting because I know Phaedra did not sit here and say no real credits. And then put Kandi up here. Kandi Burruss? Drew has one album, claims she's working on another one. And we're gonna talk about K and Drew in a minute. Yeah, Drew and Shamia weren't even mentioned because they're just not factors. I'm sorry, y'all know I don't see it for Drew, but Shamia, I don't see it for her either. But the fact that Phaedra said that about credits and Grammys, Phaedra was just talking to be talking. Because you cannot say that about Kandi Burruss. You could have put Drew up here. You could have said something about Drew. You should have said all this child, we got singers on our show, but now we have an acclaimed singer, K. Michelle. We got Drew and we got Shamia. And that would have been okay. I agree, Butterfly. She cannot sing. Every man was a woman. Yeah. I'm with you. But you're not gonna take it away that she's not accomplished. And Phaedra needs to stop that because, girl, let's keep going. Okay, we're gonna get to that. Let's. Okay, we finished with Portia. Portia needs to stop playing on the TV because I don't think Portia started out right, bringing Mike on here and knowing we ain't gonna see him no more. This is the problem I have with reality TV. You need to roll with it. So what I need to see from Portia, I need to see Mike on there Sunday. I need to see him on there next Sunday, and they have a tussle. And then the next Sunday, I need to see some girl that ain't gonna work out. And then, I went to this bar and this girl started talking to me. That's how I need to see that. But if we don't see Mike no more, I'm pissed. Hey, girl. Okay. Let's go to Destiny. Shout out to Chase from No Chases TV. Destiny was talking to Chase and she was talking about her mom. She said her mother is gaining weight. She's clean. She's in a better place. She said she's a superstar. She's been asking people about, did you see me on my show? I told you that's my daughter, blah, blah, blah. We know that she probably was mad because she hadn't been on the show. I think everybody felt like that. Then she started talking about her endeavors at the end. She has some things going on with her son, some projects for him. She is EPing, executive producing stuff. She talked about writing plays. I think that's great. Madonna is still in the storage house, I guess. I don't know. But then she got to talking about the Scotts. Now, I'm not going to go all through it, but she was talking about Tisha and their tussle. And when Chase said that he had talked to Carlos, and he said that as long as they have been friends, this is the worst I've ever seen it between her and Destiny. And I don't know if Carlos listens to Dustin or listens to people he talks to, because Dustin has said this after Carlos had talked with Chase. Dustin told us that the reason Destiny and Tisha are into it is because they've never been friends. Destiny and Tisha linked up because they were going against Mel. So the numbers were greater. You understand what I'm saying? Now that Mel is not in the picture, now the truth is actually coming out because they haven't been friends, right? Destiny is a free spirit. Destiny come right here, her boobs hanging out. She laughing, talking, DH gated down. DH gated down. Okay. She looked cute all the time. Hair laid, all that. But yes, Dustin said that. They are not friends. But Carlos wants to say, for them to be such great friends, this is the biggest this is the biggest. They're not friends. They're not friends. I'm sorry. And she's talking about Marcel and how he gaslights and Tisha and things like that. I just feel like Destiny has, and I know some of you don't watch it and listen, and you just listen to reviews, but in my opinion, and if you do watch it, tell me in the comments what you think. In my opinion, Destiny has risen to where Tisha thought she was going. Now, Tisha over here tongue-tied every week. Destiny lays it out every week. Destiny has the story. Tisha don't even have the story. That situation in Detroit was with Marcel, Maurice, and their daddy. Tisha's still here as a second wheel. She just floating along, riding away. You understand what I'm saying? And I want to say somebody said, who was I listening to? I was listening to a creator. It was a man. I want to say it was Rodney. But he said something that made so much sense. He was like, I think it was him. He said, if you were to take somebody off the show, right? And I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember exactly how it was said. You would have to take keep the two strongest Scots. That's what it was. If you take the Scots off the show, who would you take off the show? And who would you keep? You will want to keep the two strongest Scots, which would be Kimmy and Marcel, which means, lame duck, light bulb head has to go, and tongue-tied Tisha has to go. Because they are just lame. They don't offer anything. We really thought Maurice was cool up until 2 or 3 seasons ago, when Kimmy got diagnosed. Then his representative said, look, I can't go any further with you on this. I'm out. So then we got to see who he was. And Lisa said, Tisha, the reason she hasn't watched the season, child. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. No, nobody likes Tisha. Yes, tongue-tied Tisha. And in the preview when her and Destiny get into it and she's yelling at Destiny talking about, I want you to say that you didn't say that. If it said, it was said. I love when y'all talk like this, baby. I love it. Kimmy and her support dog can go. But Kimmy and Marceau are the strongest beings. Kimmy and Maurice really had me fooled. I'm not going to lie. Those two really had me fooled. And I agree with Destiny about this. Kimmy used to be one of those people to tell it like it is. But I guess they called a Scott meeting and they told Kimmy, you better get on board or else. You can't be out here going against Wanda. You can't be out here telling Tisha the real deal. You can't be out here saying that if I wasn't in the family with Tisha, she wouldn't be my friend in real life. Because that's factual. That's something we can go back and look up. And that's something she meant. Kimmy does not mince words. She speaks, she's clear about what she says, she's honest about what she says, and she means what she says. When she sat on that reunion stage and said, no, I would not be friends with somebody like Tisha in my real life. I'm paraphrasing, if we weren't family. And I believe that. 100% I believe that. I believe that 100%. So Kimmy not doing what she used to do, Kimmy not telling it like it is, like she used to, is wild behavior. Wild behavior. So that's all I got from that. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, and we'll go to the comments. Tisha is a follower without mail. She has no one to follow or try to imitate. Nothing. I'm gonna tell you something. When people leave these television shows, and I'm not gonna call the names out, I'm just gonna say this. When pivotal people leave shows that other people were depending on them so they could have something to stand out from, it then shows you who they really are. And then they become nothingness. Then they become scramblers. Then they become, what am I going to do now? Then they have to come up with these ridiculous storylines. You understand what I'm saying? Because there are some shows that I can't wait to see when they come back what it's going to be like. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm with you, Missy P. She said, Tony Braxton said that about her sisters. Absolutely. And nobody got time. Nobody has time for that. What'd you say? All for one for all. All the Scots got to go. They bring nothing to the show. They bring nothing to the show. Oh, hold on, y'all. My battery going down. Ooh. I just unplugged it. I think I keep it plugged up too long. Hold on. So, yes. So that's the thing with Destiny. So we got that done. Let's go on to the next story, child. Because this right here is about to just burn a hole in my tongue. Let's get into this. Woo! Baby, when I saw this, I had been hearing it, and I didn't talk about it because I was like, this cannot be true. I had been hearing it. According to Reality Blurb, we're going to talk about it, then we're going to talk about it. A source has now confirmed Robin Dixon will indeed be returning in a friend of capacity to the Real House. Is that the first thing? Hold on, let me make sure it's the first thing. Okay, Reality Blurb previously confirmed who would be featured on the 11th season of the hit reality show. According to the source, we have Karen, Wendy, Ashley, Tia, and Giselle, of course. Stacey is definitely going to be there. She was absolutely returning. We don't know about Monique, and Kiana and Angel are not coming back. So Robin Dixon is coming back to the show. A source has now confirmed that she will definitely be there as a friend of capacity, and they reveal what ultimately led to the decision for her not to be full time. I think we all know why she came back. I don't. I don't even think they had to write it. We could have filled in the blanks. Robin is definitely back as a friend, the insider shared, although she didn't want to return in any capacity last year after she was let go, and even refused to show up at the event Giselle Bryant hosted for the podcast they're both on. She changed her tune this season. Now, if you were going to change your tune, you could have come on the show and celebrated with your coworker on your streams situation. But she felt a way about how she was let go. Robin, you were the one that let yourself go. What are you talking about? You had a whole Canada Dry scandal. Your husband, okay. And the fact that I know every woman in the bushes and on this, and whoever would hear this and in these comments would never, we have at least enough brain cells to never go for this. I have to say this. Robin said that this woman contacted him. She came from Canada. She was going with somebody that played for the, I want to say the Ravens. Did she say Baltimore Ravens? The woman came here to see her boyfriend. She could not get in touch with her boyfriend, so she got in touch with Juan. Juan went to the hotel and put his card down to get her a room and she could fly back because she lost her wallet. That don't even make sense, Robin. If the girl got a boyfriend, call the boyfriend. If the boyfriend said, I can't do it, that don't mean call somebody else's husband. You know what? Let me say this. If I were to do that, if I would say, well, I'm going to call so-and-so's husband. Let me call so-and-so first. I'm going to call her, girl, I am stuck in so-and-so, so-and-so. Look, do you think you and so-and-so could use your card to give me a room for the night? And she'd be like, oh, girl, yeah, hey, I'm going to send him on down there because I'm doing so-and-so, so-and-so. I will come myself. That's how I would think it would go. Let me keep going, child, because these people want us to believe anything. So as for what made her change her mind, the source alleged she needed the money and thus ultimately swallowed her pride and took the Bravo bait. Robin is real and always has been, but a friend of role makes more sense for her at this point in time. If it was clear in the past she didn't like a microscope being put on her relationship with her husband, well then don't be on the show. Don't be on the show. Don't be on the show. If I am being filmed right now for a reality TV show, I may not want them to see these hot fries that's sitting on this corner, this counter. When he come in the door, he gonna be loud like a bull in a china shop. No, I don't want to, but that's my reality. Don't be on the show if you don't want people to show your reality. You don't want nobody to show you. The reason she took the friend of is because of here, right? If she's a friend of, this is not something that would be focused on. One also didn't like being dissected on TV and being involved in the show by Robin being a friend. He won't have to play a part in it. Yeah, don't be in the show and your man and your husband, your man, well, he was her man at the time because they were her roommate. My bad. Her roommate. Don't be on the show with your roommate and a hot mic on saying the only reason that I'm in here is for the boys. If it wasn't for the boys, I would leave. Girl, you should have left then. You talking about low self-esteem, you're looking at it. This, Robin is a beautiful woman. She is a D9 sister. And I'm sure, and I feel like I feel like in real life, Robin is a really sweet girl. I really do feel like that. I feel like she's a sweet girl and she's shady and she's messy. But this Robin, this is a mess. While casting roles can also always change, the insider insisted Robin would have to do a lot to have her status change from friend up to full. Robin would definitely get extensive camera time if she is something that production decides they want to focus on. Ain't no way she get no extended camera time. Because what does Robin have to talk about? And I'm dead ass serious. Because there's gonna be people on here, Robin, my girl, I want Robin back. For what? She's a friend of the show, so we won't see Juan Dixon. Robin Dixon is a friend of the show, so we won't see her real life. We probably won't see her boys, and we may see her boys. So we're not going to see Juan. Then she is only going to be there, as you all have said in the comments, as Giselle's lapdog. She's going to be here to help Giselle go against Wendy for what she's going through. She's going to be here to help Giselle go against Karen for what she's dealing with. She's going to be here probably to make, I don't know how that would work with Stacy, but you know what I'm saying? That's what she's going to be here for. Because she has nothing to come up with. And I see you say Robin has this. Do you have one of Robin's caps? Shout out to K. Michelle. Do you have a cap? How many people in the chat have a satin line hat from Robin Dixon? I'll wait. Exactly. Robin's own husband don't want her around. Okay, I knew that. Unique. I knew that 100%. She talked about it. It's what's called 360 or 380 or something. She has a spot, right? She has a hat company and she has a spot. That's what I'm expecting. I'm gonna tell you now, Unique. That's what I'm expecting this season. I better see her clocking in at work. Whenever she's filming and Giselle wants to be messy, go over to the job. It better not be you sitting in her in Giselle's quilted home, Velcro house. It better not be that. It better be you going to work. It better be the girls over there. It better be you giving a girl spa day. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it better be. If you're coming back to the show, you better come with something. Like they said, she will get extensive camera time if she has anything to focus on other than being Giselle's lapdog. We better see it. We better see her in that cap warehouse. Y'all want to sit here and go up for Robin. And here's the thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't go up for Robin because everybody has to have somebody in their corner, regardless. But what we're going to do over here is tell the truth. Yes, Robin has businesses. Yes, she has a spa and she is renovating homes. We already knew that. We knew that. Now we need to see that. If I see Robin Dixon sitting up talking about, like she be talking on that podcast, well, what is it that, hey Michelle, why is it that they did this? Why is it that Karen, I want to, y'all, we have been watching TV for so long. Angela says she's not renovating home. We have been watching television for so long that I think all of us understand a storyline and all of us understand how to move a storyline along. And all of us understand when you ain't got nothing to talk about. We all understand that. Robin Dixon better come on this show as a friend of and be using a key, unlocking the door, and getting her day spot ready. She better be in that warehouse, boxing them hats up. She better be outside and Giselle meet her in one of the homes that she's renovating. I got to see something. Because if all I see is Robin sitting on the couch, I'm going to eat her ass up. Okay? Get ready for it. Because she ain't got no business on the show anyway. Robin had a whole scandal, a whole marriage, to the point that they had to come back and let her know you had all this going on. You didn't tell us anything. Then she sat up there and told Andy, well, Andy, I didn't feel like it was something I wanted to talk about because it had already happened. Girl, you need a story. That would have probably been the highest ranking season. In Canada Dry, we would have wanted Miss Ginger Ale showing up. Where is Miss Ginger Ale? Child, let me get off Robin. We want to see you work hard for your money. We want to see why you would need extensive camera time. Because if you sitting on the couch talking about the girls, why did Wendy do that? And I don't want to hear nothing that we've heard on Shady Podcast. I don't want to hear any of that because we've already heard that. The way you talk about Wendy, the way you talk about Karen, the way you talk about different people on different reality shows. You have to come with something. Giselle, you're going to have to come with something too. Shout out to the sorors. Shout out to your girls and your legacy. I think that is fantastic. I'm always going to give it to Giselle when it comes to her girls. I love Giselle and her girls. That's when I can stomach Giselle. But if you gonna be sitting up here and you ain't talking about nothing, because them girls in school. I ain't got no problem with an AKA moment on the show. I ain't got a problem with the Delta moment. I ain't got a problem with no D9 moment on the show. I absolutely love to see it. I love that K. Michelle and Pinky are on the show like this. I would love to see more of that on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think that's great. Let's see some letters, all of that. But if all y'all gonna do is come on this show and now you got Robin back and now you ain't fooling with nobody but Robin because you had to be nice to Wendy so you could have somebody in your corner a little bit. Now you got Robin back. I'm not here for it. Angela said, well, I want Robin back. I would love to see her. Girl, Angela, let me ask you this. Did I lie about anything I said? And what are you looking for Robin? What are you looking for? Because that's what I would like to know. Other than you just seeing her face on TV, because here's her face right here. Other than just seeing her face on TV, what substance would you like to see her have? Because she has none. And Angela, you know that. You know she has no substance. Nothing. I like to see Black women on television. I like to see Black women working. But at the same time, don't waste my time. Looking for her to just be herself. Well, she can do that. She doing that right now, and we can't even see her. She doing that right now, Angela. She being herself right now. She on the podcast. They have little clips. She doing that right now. As we look at her face on this little clip. She ain't gonna be doing no more than what's going on right here. This is it. And I'm happy. Let me hold out my AKA mirror. I'm happy. I'm happy that she is going to be back on TV for people who were ready to see her. But when this season, Angela, when this season starts, you better be in every one of these lives when I get ready to talk about it. Because you coming up on this panel, man. I'm not trying to put you out there, Angela. I just really want to see her talk about something. Yes, they love me, 307, yes. How is she any different from the rest? They may have made up storylines, but Robin don't even have one, Angela. Did you not? Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Yeah, they are a mess, right? Because Stacey don't even have a storyline. Stacey just goes around shooting little words out to get the girls together. She don't have a storyline because she lies about her husband. She lies about her boyfriend. She rents a man too. I'm glad Kay's gone. Angel, it was gonna be hard for her to come back. Who else? Karen got the biggest storyline. Karen and Wendy got the biggest storylines this season. And I guarantee you, Robin and Giselle are gonna ride their wave because they ain't got nothing to talk about. Robin had a huge storyline. It didn't even have to be made up. She had a scandal within her marriage. She didn't even talk about. Before they put her off the show, Andy had her on Watch What Happens Live, and I know you saw that. And he was questioning her as to why did you talk about what was going on with you behind a wall instead of talking about it on the show where you were getting paid. That's why he let her go. Do you remember? She had a storyline, not to be made up. Canada Dry, flying in, talking about, Juan, can you come put your car down because my boyfriend, I can't get in touch with him. And if Robin Dixon meant anything to Juan would have cursed that. First of all, she wouldn't have even been able to reach out to Juan. Let me say that. Because what puts in your head, Juan Dixon? Who is going to come to the show and say, hey, everyone, my husband cheated on me? We already knew. I came and told you that. My sources were telling me she looked out the window and Juan's truck went down the street at one of her friend's house. I told you that. Even if I didn't tell you that, you could watch the show where Juan said on a hot mic, if it wasn't for the boys, I wouldn't even be here. He ain't even into her. do we, Angela? Do we need to go back and watch the show together? Because I understand you like Robin, and I'm not taking it away from you. And it has to be people like that for her. The point is not I'm bringing up nothing unless someone questions me about it. That's why you're not on TV. Because the thing is, it's reality television. You're supposed to give your reality. That's why Andy was sitting there talking to her, and that's why he let her go. Because you never have anything to talk about. Never. Now, when you actually have something to talk about, you take it and put it on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? You put it behind the wall on a podcast. And you still talked about it. And it still got back on Bravo. So you should have been straightforward. That's why they came back with the cameras, because she wasn't even going to put the wedding to one on TV. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Why come back? The paywall. Andy let her go because of yes, he let her go because of the paywall situation. Right. Because he asked her, why would you go and talk about what's going on with you when you have a whole show to talk about it on? You're fired. Go talk on your podcast. That's why. Maybe they feel like she got something to talk about. Maybe they feel like she'll come back and talk. Maybe Giselle. I'm gonna say, Angela, this is why they asked her back. Okay. I'm gonna end this conversation. Me and Angela, we can go toe to toe. I love you, Angela, but we can definitely go toe to toe on this. Giselle probably was a moving spirit in getting her back on the show, because now that Karen is back, now that Kay is gone, now that Angel is gone, like Giselle has nothing else to come back on. And this is definitely an example I was talking about. When people leave and you were dependent on them for a storyline, you got to get something together. So I feel like Giselle was scrambling because Angel left, and because we wasn't going to listen to her talk about Angel no more this season. That was going to be stupid. Right? So now, can we please have Robin on as a friend? She'll come back. So now you got Karen out of prison. You got Wendy about to go to prison, maybe, allegedly, could be. So she needs a sidekick, because Ashley, her best friend, ride or die. I can't wait to see how that works this season. Like that's not Giselle. Giselle and Ashley, they were just put together because they ain't had no choice. Definitely not Stacy. Definitely not. Tia is her girl, but not for real. Nobody is a combination like the Green Eye Bandits. Giselle knows that. Giselle had to have her girl back. That's why she's back. Andy fired her because you refuse to do whatever you need to do on this show. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Angela, was good. Thank you for that. That was a good conversation. Let's get Canada Dry number 2 off of here. Robin Dixon, it's time for you to go. For real. Okay. Child. Speaking of somebody else's time to go, we're gonna talk about something else. Uh-oh. Child, I was listening to another creator last night, and she had pulled up the video where Tokyo was talking about Marvin Gaye and Angie, Blac Chyna. And the way she was saying that she was going to Marvin Gaye her daughter, it was so demonic, and she meant that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can tell when people playing. You know what I'm saying? You can tell when people playing. You can tell when they serious. You know what I'm saying? You can tell that. When she said, I will Marvin Gaye her and leave her on the floor to bleed out and call the police up and tell them to come get this devil up off of my floor, and I'll deal with the consequences. That's what Tokyo said. I'm paraphrasing. Not alleged. That's what she said. Child, so the FBI to come knocking on the door. I think she thinks Tia Kemp sent them. I think that's what she thinks, because her and Tia been going back and forth. So the people that got in the door, child, we were doing a dance. And I said I was going to do a Marvin Gaye, and she was twerking and going on. That's my daughter. Why would I do that to my daughter? FBI listened to get over here to this woman's house. Exactly, having children when you don't want them. She was dead serious. Yeah, she was dead serious. They did get back cool. She was cool. But now Black China's off doing something else. Girl, Tia Kemp went off on her. Black China's out here doing something else. I did think they was cool. And all of a sudden, Tokyo just popped up on the internet talking about she was going to Marvin girl. And she meant that. And then she didn't say it once. I think on the first video, she didn't use the term Marvin Gaye. She said something else. She meant that. It's in her soul. She is so jealous of China. I shouldn't have had you. I shouldn't have gave birth to you. I should have done this. And then the grandchildren don't want to be around. I wouldn't want to be around. You sitting here talking about my mama. I'm not going to be around you. You're talking about my mama. In a very hard way. Somebody said, you have a Kardashian as a grandchild. Sit down, close your mouth, and ride the wave. You ain't got to be in your car all the time. And from my understanding, Tokyo does a lot of different things. I've seen her online, like giving things out to people. You know what I'm saying? But, girl, she said Tokyo being for $250. She want to be Christian so bad and can't. And then what's so crazy about it? Out of all the kids that the Kardashian girls have, there's only one Kardashian, and that's Dream. Dream is the only one that would carry that Kardashian name. Everybody else got their daddy name. So your granddaughter is a Kardashian. Hey, Faye. Girl, if I heard my mama talking like this about me, it would hurt me. But I would have to start the process of just saying how we can just separate, because now I'm scared. You done say, if she walking here right now, I'll Marvin Gaye her ass. Who says that about their kid? And like I said, you have a whole Kardashian as a granddaughter. All you got to do is just sit down. You know Rob is paying hella great child support. You know the money is coming out. If it come from Kim, Courtney, Chloe, Kendall, Kylie, they all probably putting in on it. Because Rob don't have no job. Chris probably paying it. You know the child support is on time and in abundance. That Blac Chyna can definitely throw her mama a cool $3,000 for maybe a cool $6,000 a month. A cool $6,000, and you could live great off $6,000 a month. You pay all your stuff. You don't need to live beyond your means, but you can save up that little revenue after that, and then you may have a great living. If he don't, Paula said he don't pay child support. We ain't never heard. If he don't pay child support, he paying something. I guarantee you, Dream is not lacking anything. She probably didn't even put, you know what, you're right. She probably didn't even put Rob on child support. Because why? Because why? Rob is a Kardashian. Girl, Rob may be broke, but his mama not. Kris Jenner definitely making sure Dream have what she want. Because every time them little girls get together, Dream is there and she is not missing a beat. Do you understand? And I don't blame China. I wouldn't let her around my baby. Chris paid the bills. Chris tried to get him a sock business. He didn't want to do that. I think he was on TV and he was smaller and he was just living in that. And then when he got bigger and didn't want to work because Kim was on him. But we know Tiger ain't been no child support. I don't know what's going on with that. Tokyo is horrible. It's just horrible. And Tia Kemp gonna get her together every time. But the way she lied to them FBI agents, baby, she was backpedaling. Oh, Lord have mercy. I was in shock. I had to listen to it a couple of times. Okay, let's be done with Tokyo. Okay, y'all, we're going. We're about to get to the second hour. Okay, we got to finish with Portia. Let me take her down. I don't want to redo anything. She's mad because she didn't get a camp out while loving Hip Hop Miami, which I knew her boyfriend. What you talking about? Tiger and Rob take care of their kids. That's why they're not on child support. I saw an interview Black China did, and she don't get child support from any of her baby's fathers. She said they're good daddies. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I agree. I spoke wrong. I'll give it to you because I know why would Rob be on child support? Yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. So the next thing is Amy. Child, Amy. Hold on. Dwight Howard has put Amy on a protective order against. He's put a protective order against Amy. She cannot come near 100 yards from him and his two kids. She cannot contact the kids. She cannot contact him. She cannot go to their school. She cannot go to his house. Now, I don't know where Amy is because y'all told me Amy has sold her condo. Amy said she had quit her job. He didn't want her to work. Amy said that she has credit cards, but he the one with all the money, and he is fitting the bill. Amy is crazy. And where is she? She's standing up in her bathroom doing TikToks and stuff, talking about she about to get ready to go outside. Girl, this man who has put you out here crazy, now you are Royce's vindication, because you been sitting here and talking about this girl, and you around here talking about you about to go outside. Talking about I'm okay, I'm not okay, I'm ready, I'm not ready, I'm blessed. This is crazy. When will they learn? And honestly, if I told y'all, oh y'all, Dwight Howard tried to holler at me, and y'all say, girl, go listen to Royce, go listen to Amy, go listen to so and so, that would be the end of it. Because I'm like, okay, wait a minute, it's more than one person has said this. It's something about this man, and then he even told me he don't want me to work. He don't want me to do this. Where I was listening to Tiny's Uncensored before I went to sleep today, and she was saying that when Tip got out of prison, he didn't want her on the reality show with Toya, right? He didn't want her to work. He didn't want to do anything. And she said she didn't do it. And after so long, she was like, I don't want to do this. She filed for divorce and all that kind of stuff. But she had to go back to work. Because these men, these batches of men that are on the earth right now, this batch that needs to be removed and repositioned, if they have the money to tell you they don't want you to work, you have to have the discernment to say, why? Okay, I really don't want to. I really don't want to work. But I want to go out to eat all the time. I want to go buy whatever I want to buy. I want to go wherever I want to go. I want to go on girls' trips. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to go everywhere. Because when you telling me I can't work, that means the money, I have access to all the money. It is bottomless. I'm not saying I'm be in the streets every single day, but when I get ready to get in the streets, I need to get in the streets because controlling, shout out to the one Spicy Pisces. Oh, it's still y'all season. Shout out to you. Happy birthday. Whenever it was, honey, happy birthday. I'm not, you can't tell me what I can't do. Oh, your credit card due? What's the minimum balance? $33. I got you. No. I needed to be paid off because I'm getting ready to go do this, that, and the third. It's zero balance. $33 is not gonna help me. Y'all ain't even gonna put gas in my car. Exactly. I'm grown. Shout out to Aries Diva. Happy birthday to you too, whenever that was. She talking about he got access to the money. It's insane. I ain't gonna she said I would never be home. I ain't gonna say I would never be home, but just like if I say, well, I'm about to get ready to go out to eat with so-and-so, I'm about to go meet so-and-so, and I'll be back. Or I saw these sandals that I really wanted, baby. I'm about to go get these sandals. All I need, y'all remember that scene in Goodfellas when she said, I need to go shopping today? And he said, how much? And she did this. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is how much I need to go out for today. And then you fold it up and put it right on in there. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Goodwill, Corla. That's what I'm talking about. Not you gonna pay $33 because that's the minimum payment on this doggone on this doggone visa. I got to have access to the money. I got to be able to lay down and get up and be like, oh, I'm just gonna clean the house today. And then like after I clean the house, let me go and have brunch. Let me call so and so. Girl, you want to go grab brunch with me? Let me call my man. Let him know I might not be able to get home, but I'll be right on back later. And that's it. Where you go? Chime in. So and so want to have brunch today. How was your day? That's the end of that. Don't ask me what I spent. Don't ask me where I went. Don't ask me, do I understand what a budget is? Y'all, we're going to move on from Amy because I know y'all want to talk about other stuff. Let me say this. When I got married, I moved to Japan. I'll never forget. Me and my husband at the time had gone out shopping. We had gone to this little boutique or something. I don't know what it was. They had these Gucci shades. I had never seen a pair like that before. They was just so beautiful. And I think I had only one pair at the time, and I really liked them. They were black. They were kind of like ombre. They was fake. I think I still got them. So I had gone in there to get the shades. You know, when we were walking, I said, "Oh, I want these shades, right?" And he was like, "But they're like two," because at the time, child, it was 2003, 2004. He was like, "They're like $250." I said, "Okay." Why are you talking? I see the price tag. Why are you talking to me about it? This is not a discussion. Can I just get the shades? Because you gotta understand, like I left my job and I moved to Japan. So I just had the money that I had saved and some other, just a little money that I had pulled out. So now I just got this set amount of money and I'm with this man who is supposed to be my husband. And he's telling me that we got a budget. I was ready to go. I was ready to go that moment. I said, what you mean, budget? Like, what are you talking about? Well, we can't just be spending money on shades. I said, why not? It's shades. I can't go out in the sun and don't have anything on my eyes. Are you crazy? And then I remember before I had got my first job, I was in the closet doing something and I just started crying. I was just crying because I was like, I can't. And then he was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, you told me that we had the budget and I'm just really not used to that. I mean, it's just some little shades. That's it. He was like, but we got to do this. At the time, I'm not thinking about putting money away and things like that. I just wanted some shades. And I knew at that moment, I got to get up. I got to go to work. I have to work all the time. And I have to do things I like to do so I can continue to work. Child, $33 minimum payment on the credit card is never going to do for me. I'm sorry. It's not going to work. Let's take her on down from here because this is a lost cause. All right, y'all. Before we get to K Michelle. No, girl, they weren't $2,000. They were like $250. Now, $2,000 is a lot, Deidre. I would have understood if he had said, girl, you're crazy. Exactly, Miss Skinny. Exactly. Exactly, Miss Kitty. That's exactly. Baby boo, honey, baby boo. Y'all know I posted in my minute today before I had gone to sleep. Stefan was at the concert last night in DC, and his sister and his brother. And then after the concert, this is what I got. This is what was told to me about Cardi getting in that Ferrari, baby. I'm like, Cardi said, I know how this is. Let me get on in here and let me just let me get one more round. Let me get one more round. Cardi, I hope you wrapped it up, baby. I hope you wrapped it up. I just hope you wrapped it up. That's all I hope and pray for. Woo! Hold on, let me see. Let me get to okay. So the word is that Stefan's mama has had the baby for like the last 2 or 3 shows that Cardi has done. And when we saw her getting in the car with him, he was I can't remember, maybe so this was she was getting ready to go get the baby or something like that. So then they rode off and he took her to her hotel. So then when Cardi had come out before she got ready to get in the Ferrari, somebody said, Cardi, how do you feel about Offset? She was like, ugh. I was like, somebody said, don't ask her that. She on her tour and she thinking about him. Y'all, this man right here. This man right here. Not that he borrowed that used cigarette. Look at what Erica said, y'all. I can't breathe, Erica. Hold on. Girl. Hey, Melissa. Girl, they said it wasn't even a cigarette. They said it was something else. Yeah, honey, he back gambling. So we got to talk about what's going on in Detroit. Shout out to Detroit, baby, because Detroit is in the building. And Detroit is not playing with Offset. They're not playing with him. Let me see. Do I have right here? Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? What is it? Hold on. The situation with Offset. Oh. No, that's not it. Child, they're not playing with him. Anyway, Offset then went. First of all, DJ Academics was talking about Offset, and they said he was in a casino. He got mad because they wouldn't give him a line of credit. I think they gave him like maybe $15,000, $20,000. He was pissed. He said that's not enough. They say, sir, you are into it for us for $890 something thousand. So he already owes a casino $900,000. He done went up to Detroit, child, to the wait a minute, I got this in here. I gotta, because I gotta read it. I don't want to see him paraphrase. Let me go over here. Okay, here we go. The Motor City Casino Hotel is suing the rapper, claiming he opened a credit line of $100,000 with the casino so he could keep a night of gambling fun going back in March of 2024. So TMZ even showed the check, honey, where they wrote it to him and he signed it. According to the docs obtained by TMZ, the casino couldn't get in touch with Offset, so it tried to take the money out of his account directly, as both parties agreed when he opened the credit line, but allegedly there wasn't enough money to pay off the debt. So he went over there and took $100,000 from the Motor City Casino. I've been in that casino. That's a very nice casino. Very nice. And they have had to go the legal route with him. They're hitting him with a fraud and breach of contract suit, but a rep for the rapper says they're working to get the matter resolved. This the reason you sit up here in a wheelchair right now. He could never, girl, he could never. Somebody said in the comments, look at his nails. They were just dirty. And then we couldn't figure out that other bracelet. One of the bracelets say fall risk. And I think he got hit in his face with a gun because I think I saw him on there showing his scars and stuff. But this is a low. I did come back and I said this. I was like, no, let me clear this up because people in the comments like, Cardi don't care. The reason I said that Cardi was devastated, not because her heart is just broken for Offset, but she's thinking about her children. This is her children's father. If something happened to Lillian's dad, I would be devastated for her. Because I'm thinking about my baby, right? I'm thinking about my baby. She's not thinking about Offset. The fact that wherever he got shot in the leg, if he got shot in the butt, the fact that happened to him, right? Further, like it's stressful because you got these 3 children over here with me, and you got 3 more kids over here somewhere else. And even though because you can tell he ain't making no contribution. You can tell. And then people like, oh my God, Offset is rich. Offset is not rich. He's not a millionaire. If Detroit then tried to get the $100,000 and it was ineligible, ineligible funds in there, Offset got on the scene. The record label backs these artists, so they're gonna give you money to hold up to your face. They're going to give you all the Gucci you want, the Fendi, the Prada, all of it. But you, sir, have to have longevity because once this ride is over, you got to pay them back. He's not paying taxes. That's a problem. You didn't ask Des Bryant for some money. You done beat him out of $80,000. When he comes to get his money, you got your boys around there scaring him off. He was like I ain't got time for it. I'll let him keep the 80K. I'll make that back in 8 minutes. I'll make my money back. I ain't tripping about no $80,000. But then you owe him money, so you done called him, talking about let's do a money play. They said no, I'm good. The record label gives the people the money to back them. They give them advances. That's right, Deirdre. You have to make good on your advances. So you don't be that one dude that's sitting up here with Quavo and Takeoff holding money up, and then one day you sitting here doing the bad and bougie as Migos, and then the next day you got your behind sitting in a wheelchair, smoking whatever you're smoking outside a hospital because you around here calling people for cash apps. He looked like he don't have nothing. He looks horrible. He looks like he needs to take several baths. Like, I can't with Offset. And I'd be so glad when Cardi covered that tattoo up behind her leg. I cannot wait. And then, like, I was talking about, like, people like, how? No, it was 80. No, it was 80K. It was it's 80K. Not 8,000. 80K. I don't know where you got that from. Hold on. What did it say? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. 8K. Oh, okay, 8K. It doesn't matter. It could be 800 million. He ain't got it. He don't have it. Yes, it was 8K. No, it was 8K. I just read it on Des's Twitter. But it's just crazy how you would go out here and do this. And look at you. Face all beat up, all tatted up. And you don't know where to go. You don't have no money in Detroit. They looking for you for $100,000. Dad said, I'm gonna let you keep whatever you got because I ain't tripping. You owe this little TJ dude $10,000 from last year or whenever. You done told him to get it back in blood. He the one that got it back in blood. Hey, Shay. Getting a loan, exactly. Sweet Jay, exactly. Getting a loan to gamble is crazy. And then when you can't be reached, where do you live? Because I have been seeing Offset in casinos like all the time. Every time you see him on the internet, he's in front of a slot machine. Every time you see him, he got some girls around him. And the girls that he's attracting is only coming to him because they think he has something. They don't understand how the industry works. This man ain't put a song out. Not a song. And at this point, he never will. I know, Faye. He living a whole mob movie. Yes, Goodfellas. She said that she I wonder what hospital he's at. Oh, I think this is in Florida because this is where it happened. They didn't ship him to Georgia. This happened in was it Sunshine, Florida, or Orlando? This happened in Florida. Then he's sitting up there. He owed Ebro. She said he owed Ebro. Oh yeah, Ebro did talk about that. He owed him $5,000. So there's no reason. Because people talking so, I ain't gonna worry about it. Offset is a millionaire. Can't be. If I'm a millionaire and I owe Brown Sugar Baby $5,000, I'm gonna send her $5,000 because I'm a millionaire. Oh, Hollywood, Florida. That's where it was. So he's in Hollywood, Florida. If I got millions of dollars, I might take a loan from the casino because of who I am. If I can get a loan because of who I am. But I got the money in the bank, I ain't got to spend my money. Because if I sit here and get $100,000 from the casino, I'm gambling and I'm planning on flipping. You understand what I'm saying? I'm planning on flipping it. So that $100,000 I borrowed because I done played heavy and hard, you're going to get that back. Hey, Mr. Skinny. Child, Mrs. Skinny, I love Mrs. Skinny. Mrs. Skinny in the building, honey. Mrs. Skinny is in the building. Honey, he be y'all don't follow y'all gotta go follow Mrs. Skinny on Instagram. He's hilarious. She said he smelled like Newports and bad decisions. I'm with you. And old alcohol. What is it? E&J. He looked like he smelled like alcohol. He smelled like E&J, Newports, and bad decisions. Because what else is he gonna get about a drink? Because I think E&J about what, $19.99 in the liquor store. That's what he got. I don't know if Nelly has a gambling problem, but it's not to this point. You know what I'm saying? It's not here. And then like we had talked about how these men cheat and stuff like that. Like he's not secure within himself. He has very low self-esteem. Because you can't even support your woman. You should be on the road with Cardi. You and Baby Blossom should have gone to every stop. The grandmama and the granddaddy got the kids. They gonna make sure TT Hennessy gonna make sure that Wave and Coach get to where they need to go. He should have been backstage. Blossom should have been backstage every show. But you fool around the girls. You done borrowed $30,000 from that little girl to tell all. No, Mad Dog 2020. That's it, Faye. That's it. Strawberry. What is it? Strawberry kiwi? Strawberry kiwi, Mad Dog 2020. Or either the orange. Or Thunderbird. This is a lost cause, y'all. I'm gonna get off Offset because Offset got enough. He don't need me adding to it, child. He don't owe me no money. Let's get him where we need to be. Child, that interview with K. Michelle was a roller coaster ride. And my overview of K is that she is certifiably insane. I love K. Michelle, but she is a crazy woman. And I feel like Kay is going to be, I feel like Kay is what the housewives needed. I feel like she is good for the show, for how this housewives did. And let me say this, because it's not like old housewives. We're in a new era. So I think Kay is good for the show. Does that make sense? I love Kay. So we're just gonna talk about a few things that we got from Kay. Let me go ahead and pull up Chase. I know Chase's TV because would you put a disclaimer up, please? Please put the disclaimer up. No chaser. There we go. Because we're gonna definitely be using his videos. Because yeah, I still couldn't get through it. I still could not get through the interview. It was so long. And I was busy last night, so I couldn't get it. Hold on. Oh, we gotta talk about Kay. The chapter closed with intention. The next one, bigger, better. Kay doing something with Ulta Beauty. We gotta talk about not Kierna from what you call. Okay, let's start with this. We're gonna start with this. And we're not gonna listen to all of it. We're just gonna listen to a little of it because I think we've all heard it. Hold on. We're just gonna listen to a little of it. Share screen. All right, here we go.
I've been dating this man and he loves me and he's gonna marry me because he's handsome, and then he had played for the Grizzlies, and I was like, he was a Grizzly and he loved me. Wait. And I was like, yeah, but you ain't mad. I wanted him to be like, ah. So we still doing interview show, and I'm looking at this man doing interviews like, oh, I hate you. And so I say to him, I can't do it. And he's like, he kept trying to get back with me. My husband kept saying, stop this. Stop this. Let's fix this. My husband say, break up with him. And I say, nope, I'm not. Because he is ideal. It looks good for me. And he say, let's get married. Let's get married tomorrow.
Okay, I miss.
Okay, you didn't get married the
I
next
swear
day.
for cracks and cheese. He came to Nashville. We went right down there and we got married. Then I had to tell the other man.
Okay, the
I had to
next
tell the
day.
other
Okay,
man.
the next day.
I promise.
You're lying.
I promise on everything I love. So he marries me. We get married. So we got to fly to New York. I'm supposed to fly to New York. Say that's a Monday. I'm supposed to fly to New York on Friday, but I'm supposed to take the coach. I ain't tell nobody. That ain't their business. If you want my real life, this my real life.
You didn't tell the network.
Nope.
Okay. So from that clip and all the conversation, Kay was saying that her and Cashton had been dating off and on for a long time. Because, you know, they was on, relationship boot camp, marriage boot camp. They was on there trying to get it together. Kay want to have a baby. She want to have twins. She want to do all that. But the fact that she was dating somebody, the fact that she went on Queen's Court and with Kay had no intention of really doing these things. She said she wanted to light a fire under his behind, right? So I always say it's never good to make a man marry you. That's how I got it. I don't know how y'all got it. But she really loves Caston. He really was like not about to do whatever she wanted to do. And I think she just wore him down. And I don't think that's good to just wear a man down. If a man wants to marry you, he's gonna come and marry you. He's gonna be intentional. He's gonna be like, babe, we've been doing this for all this time. Let's go get married. So when she said that Cashton was like, we gotta stop doing this, I'll marry you, let's get married tomorrow. The fact that you run down to the courthouse and get married and you still going with somebody that you're supposed to be going to New York to interview with to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you didn't even tell him that you had got married, and you didn't tell the people you had got married. I don't know. I just that blew my mind. It just, yeah, they got married right before show. You can't hear me, the diva? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I just feel like that was a lot. I just feel like that was a lot. Okay. I just feel like that was a lot. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Okay, good. So that was one thing. And I was like, Kay kind of just tried to make him marry her. She was trying to do things. She had gone on Queen's Court to show him that there are other people who want her. You know, I don't know. And then she was talking about, you know, she always talked about she wants to have another baby. So when I was listening to it, and she was talking about how she got pregnant in college, her mother and father came to get the son because they wanted her to go to school. They never gave the baby back. They raised the baby, kept him out of the industry. They said he's going to have Sunday dinners. He's going to go to church. He's going to do all the things. You want to be a singer, you go out there and be a singer, and we'll take care of the baby. Now, she did say that when he was in his second year of college, he came back and thanked her because he said there are students who don't know how they're going to come back. They don't have the money. They don't know where they're going to stay. So I thank you for your sacrifices that you've made for me. And that is a good part. But that is why Kate wants to have kids, because she wants a redo. That's what she wants. Kate wants a redo. Because what she couldn't do with her son, she wants to do with some new kids. And Kate been talking about getting pregnant for the last 5 years. I know. Whenever they was on marriage boot camp, I know she had been talking about it. She'd been talking about twins. So she's at least 5 years older. That's a lot. She just wanted to be married. Okay, let's go to another one. Hold on. Hey, Michelle should have went to Married to Medicine just to spice it up, especially. She said that she had dreams. She said if she was going to be on in reality show, she wanted to be on Housewives. So her dreams came true, honey. She got her dream. Let's see. Oh wait a minute. Let's go. Let's go to another one. So let's go to this.
And people try to make stuff be about music and this. When you watch this season and see the lows that were hit in order for me to react, the fact that I never, why would I go fight with women that I want to win? Mm-hmm. Genuinely. Mm-hmm. This show, regardless of anything, this show really do mean a lot to me, because as a Black woman in reality, to watch this show be so big, I don't want to do nothing but add my legacy to this show, and I wanted to go even further. You watch it just to watch some of the most hurtful things to me that were done by men, and to watch a particular woman use that in combat to hurt me. Pretty low. But it's TV, it's entertaining, right? But I'm gonna tell you one thing about entertainment. I'm a star. I'm gonna always win entertainment. I'm gonna entertain you, and I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna vindicate. So play at your own risk.
So did Drew Sidor get peach cobbler, or was it just a rotten peach?
Y'all keep bringing up somebody who's never been brought up in history.
No, I just saw.
She ain't been brought up in movies. She ain't been brought up in music.
I know she was a YouTube star or something like that, but
I don't even know about.
Okay, let me say this. When it comes to Kay is, as far as Drew goes, if Drew is using those things that we found out about with Kay on Love and Hip Hop, if Drew has gone back to that, Drew is whack. Drew is lame. I already think she's lame anyway. She's lame and she don't have nothing to talk about. Because if she don't talk about him downstairs, and she don't talk about this Black situation, if she don't talk about this music she's trying to do, she don't talk about what's going on with her sister, because her sister don't fool with her no more. I would love to know about that, because she said she don't pay her either. I would love to know about all those things. But if Drew has pulled back from Love and Hip Hop, K. Michelle, trying to bring it into 2026 Real Housewives of Atlanta. First of all, those of you Drew people that show you she ain't got nothing to talk about, she ain't got nothing going on, she ain't got no motion. Okay, let's just go and put it out there like that about your girl Drew. I don't care. Drew gives a 0. We don't even see Ralph, and he's more interested downstairs than Drew is, and we see her through a whole damn season. And another thing, Drew, you should have watched Kay on Love and Hip Hop, and you should know that this is not what you want. This is not Shamia. This is not that. Okay. This is not Portia. This is not any of them girls. This Kay is different. Now, Kay talking about she never been brought up in history. You know, we all know where we know Drew from. Drew has been acting for a long time. She was who did she play? She played T-Boz in the TLC movie. She on Tubi all day, every day. She has an album, or she got some songs out. Yeah, Man Under the Stairs. So we know Drew has some things, right? But here's also, Kay probably didn't know. Sometimes y'all can bring up stuff about certain things, and I have no idea about it. Girl, you didn't know that was so-and-so? No, I didn't know. So I don't even think Drew is somebody that would be on Kay's radar. Because why? Because if Drew was not on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she wouldn't even be. I wouldn't even know who she was. Because I don't think I watched the game that long. I don't remember her situation with the reason everybody's so mad at her. I did see her and Tia acted out on the internet. I was like, oh, okay, this is what everybody's talking about. I didn't watch the game like that. So Drew is somebody. So when I saw Drew, I knew her face a little bit from the TLC movie, but I didn't know anything about her. So I believe when Kay says you bringing up somebody nobody's ever brought up in history. in her world, if Drew Sidora uses those things that have been done to Kay, because you can't take that from her, because that's her reality. To have a storyline, to have a plot, I'm gonna tell your ass up to get ready. I don't want to hear nothing about you hate Drew. Drew is garbage. That's what I'm going to tell you. If she come out of her mouth talking against a woman about some things that were done to her to effectively hurt her, Drew's garbage. Drew Sidora, you're garbage and you're lame if you did that. Millie Chan said it. Quote, end quote. What's up? Horrible. Horrible woman. Drew has nothing else going on. You sat here on a show with a man in your cell phone. That was crazy. And he was crazy for sitting up there. And I'll tell you something. Did we see him move? Or was that just a screenshot that she had on the front of her phone? Because there is no way on the planet I would sit somewhere for 3 hours and I couldn't be there. He could be there. Thank you. He could be there. You got time to sit up in a phone for 3 hours and you can't come over here and sit over here next to her? I ain't mean it like that, dude. I'm just like, I don't care. Because people will sit here, you just hate Drew. I don't hate anybody. But I know when you're lame. I know when you're boring. Drew sat up there talking about, K. Michelle, is she a singer? Girl, you know who K. Michelle is. You've been watching K. Michelle before you got on television on this Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know exactly who she is. You know what she does. You may not know she's sponsored by Jack Daniels. You may not know that. But like she said, I've been touring for years and you trying for years. You've been trying for years. I'm telling y'all. That was crazy in her phone. Drew is trying to get a storyline. She is trying to be relevant. She claims she's doing another album with Dennis. I heard Destiny say Destiny is doing her EP with Dennis too. That's what she told Chase. She's doing her EP with Dennis. Like, she said that would make Drew lame. That's what she said, Blue Devil. She don't, and she doesn't pick a tussle. She's not gonna start anything. Like she said, I came with love. Then when they sit at the table being messy and I get up and leave, then people talking about, am I too good to sit here? I don't want to be caught up in this mess. Like, this what y'all doing? Let me go out here and give me a cigar with these men outside, because y'all crazy. Child, I don't know if she rapping. She said Dennis is producing her album, child. She said Dennis is dropping beats. Yeah, Drew follows Kay. Like she said, you follow me. I don't follow you. And then tell us you don't know who I am. Like, that is insane. When Drew said that on the show, y'all, I promise I was gobsmacked. I said, I know you lying, Drew. I know you lying. Now, you can say anything you want to say, but I know you lying about this. I know you lied about this. Shamia don't get too many. But when she said you stay on your Zoom call, I was done. I said, Shamia, I'm gonna give you that. That's 10 out of 10 for me. You done gone from a -0 to a 1 for me, Shamia. That's good. Cause baby, that was it. Cause Drew's mouth was wide open. I can't with Drew either. But let's keep going on. Let's keep going on with her. Let's go on to something else. So, what else? I don't really want to talk about. Oh, let's talk about R. Kelly, child. Okay, let's get into R. Kelly, child. Let's get into this.
Robert Kelly. I loved him.
Like loved in love.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I loved him.
The only question I have for you with R. Kelly is, have you written him a letter? And if
no, you being shady. Are you being shady?
He's in prison.
No,
because the one thing. Wait, can I say the one thing you said on that interview?
Tell me. Let's go.
What about all the mothers that was in the kitchen cooking? That question has yet to be answered.
Mothers and people should be held accountable. I do.
Should Sparkle go to prison?
My bad.
Absolutely. I saw this whole.
Let me stop. I forgot. They got music on it. I can't do that. Ooh, sorry. So, when Kay said, when Jason asked her, have you been writing him? Let me put this up. Thank you, honey, for the copyright disclaimer. Everything is alleged in my personal opinion and your personal opinion. We're covered under fair use by the copyright of 1976. We are researching on here and criticism. That's what we're doing. We're criticizing. So when Jason asked her, has he written him? She's like, you're trying to be shady. I caught that so quick because eventually in the interview, she was like, he can't read or write. I can't be in love with no man that can't read or write. That would be a big, like, I need you to have good teeth. I like a good watch, clean gym shoes, and I need you to be able to read and write. I just need that. That's just the basic reading and writing, Kay. She did mention that she slept with him, although we knew that. But when she said that she wanted him, he didn't want her. He just wanted her as motivation. Because Kay was too old, right? She had already been a stripper because she said, I don't know how he knew that. Nobody knew that. And he said, you came in here talking about, like you want your money. I know you was a stripper. She admitted that she was a stripper when she was at Florida A&M, right? And she said, R. Kelly communicates through the music. So a lot of the music from Kay is about R. Kelly. She done slept with him and he did not want her. So when things were going awry with Memphis, he was there for her for all of that. But she was too old. Kay was well in her 20s by the time she fell in love with R. Kelly. He starts extremely young, younger than that. Now, she did say that Andrea Kelly is not a victim. She said that Sparkle should be in jail. She said that the R. Kelly that people talk about, that's not the R. Kelly that she knows or experienced. That's not the one for her. That wasn't her experience. But she did follow it up and say that was wrong what he did. And I feel like, I think, who else do we talk about like that? Because I know people be like, well, if you say this about them, you don't say this about somebody else. But here's the thing. Who was that we was talking about? Said they didn't have that experience with somebody that did something dreadful. Who was that? Who was that, y'all? Was it? Who was that? Oh yeah, Carisha did it. Yeah, same thing. Carisha did it. So if I tell y'all that I work with R. Kelly, he did this, he did that, he helped me do this, we had a really good relationship. Okay. And then I come back and a couple of years later, I found out he got women locked in a room with a bucket for days on and days on, feeding them rice and crackers. That's not my experience. Like, he did that. I would be done. But I would be done with him. I couldn't have nothing for anybody like that. Now, she has a love for R. Kelly. She was in love with him. She wanted him to want her. She slept with him, but she was just too old. You just too old. Okay? That's all it was. You was probably 25, 26. He get him at 16, 15, 14. Not Usher did it. But that's what Carisha talking about. Now, I really don't believe Carisha, because when Carisha made that post talking about Gina, what she'll did it to make her do to her, Carisha is very well aware what Diddy got going on. I don't see how she could talk to him after he tried to kick a field goal with Cassie. Now, I don't understand that. That is crazy. That is lost on me. But at the same time, Kay said that wasn't her experience. And I don't know, child. She talked about being friends with Phaedra. And then like at the end, as much as I like Kay Michelle, I really do. But she had got on my nerves so bad at the end of that, because I woke up at the end, kind of. And then she was talking to Jason about what's next for her. And she kept asking that question. What's next? I've done this. I've done that. What's next, girl? And he was like, you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said she doesn't want to do music forever. She doesn't want to do that. But, she wants to know what's next for her. But I found the conversation. Am I missing something, y'all? What am I missing? Oh, did y'all hear her call Tamar Tay Muppet? Did y'all hear that? And talking about Robin Dixon being a couch potato. Now, the Robin Dixon situation, I think Kay felt a certain way, right? She talked about Giselle. What? But Robin was the one that said Bravo seems to not have any people they can find, so they're pulling from Basketball Wives, and they're pulling for Love and Hip Hop. K. Michelle was on Love and Hip Hop. Angel was on Basketball Wives. It seems like they can't find the people, right? Now, they did have some slick, shady stuff to say, but Kay went off, right? And I agree with her. You shouldn't be talking about me like that, because she said, if I die today, you won't even be able to keep up with what she's done. And I agree. Robin Dixon, me and Angela done gone round and round about Robin today. So I agree with Kay 100%. Robin shouldn't be saying anything about anybody, especially not no longevity. Now, Kay did say she can't keep no job, so she back at work, Kay. I mean, I know you did this before we found this information out, but she's a friend of. So now they're peers. They're housewives. Kay will forever be a housewife. Hey, Rita. Not Gizzard and regular Robin. That's exactly who she is. When she called Tamar, she feels like Tamar is still like doing stuff. Is Tamar still saying little slick stuff about K. Michelle? She know her mouth is lethal. Cause Lord have mercy, I just saw somebody acted out. Jesus, this person called me a muppet, and I said, "Do I look like a muppet?" Hey, Britt. Child, Tamar is crazy. Lonnie Love sitting over there laughing. That's a mess. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Valencia. Robin should not say nothing when Robin could be in prison for not paying the IRS. Exactly. Hey. So I was like, it was just a lot. And then, she said Giselle didn't say much, but she likes me. She likes you better. I was like, why is she still? She read Robin down. I don't even think Robin needed all that read, but she read her down. So Robin should get herself together. I'm interested to see if Robin gonna come back and speak on what Kay has said. I doubt that very seriously. Love you too, Valencia. But for Robin to say that Real can't find any women. Exactly. Child Lonnie Love was trying to keep it together. She said black people did her wrong. Black people are here with true fans. And I don't think, Pepper, I don't think she meant us. Like, I've never done anything wrong to Kay. I think when Kay said that Atlanta has not been good to her, I think she is talking about those black people that she has worked with and she has been, she's experienced in entertainment. I believe that's who she's talking about when she said black people. And in that case, she's right. Because look what happened with Rashida. You know what I'm saying? And all of those things. That I think that's what she's talking about. Black people have not been good to her. I don't think she necessarily means the people who support her. And I think people who support her, because I didn't think that. I didn't get that from her. I didn't get that she's talking about me per se being black. Giselle didn't have a story, so I believe they brought Robin. That exactly, Kelly. Exactly. Robin will be silent, okay, and her unemployed husband. Yes, because she was like you. She was like you. He don't even want you. He don't even want you. 100%. Let me see if there's anything else. Was there something else that was going on in the interview that y'all wanted to talk about? Because I don't know. And she did talk about how R. Kelly had never done that. Let's get into it. Hold on. Hold on. I do have to get into this because I absolutely love when she says this. Hold on. I am going to play this little part. That's the problem there. I was talking about how Bravo did not want to use people from other networks, and now that's why she said that. Yeah, that's why she said that about Atlanta. Let's listen to her talk about Robin Dixon. I love it.
A life, what you've dealt with, you're going to say, I'm not good enough or this enough to be on a TV show.
Are you talking about Robin Dixon?
Forget Robin. She's a couch potato. We don't care about no Robin Dixon. She can't even be content in the fact that her husband or whatever he call himself don't want her. Are we finna do that? You can't keep a job.
Ooh.
Let's not talk about me with every accolade that you will never see unless the rapture comes. You can't talk to me about where I'm supposed to be, where God placed me, where production and anything. There are housewives that are me, that feel like me, think like me, look like me, gone through what I gone through. Ain't a housewife show supposed to show real housewives?
And you're a real housewife.
I'm a real housewife. It don't matter if it was a whole cult trying to do it before. I'm a real housewife, like for real. I got a real man that really love me. I got real life. My shit don't be perfect. I'm really trying to get it together. I really want another child. And for you to sit there as on a couch selling t-shirts, selling t-shirts, hats, caps, or whatever you're trying to sell and think it's a joke. You and the other one over here like a little devil. Y'all over here laughing.
Who's the other one?
Just hell. You for y'all to sit there and try to laugh at another, like, why you laughing? What is funny? What is funny is my accomplishment trumps and laps all of y'all accomplishments. I could die right now and you still wouldn't catch up. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you, yes.
But when we come from different shows and different things, you know, you around there fighting people about your career and what it is. People always want to talk about your past and where you started from.
Wait, was Giselle hating too? Giselle wasn't hating.
And she had a little thing. I told her she looked pretty because that's all she is. That's what she needs. So she was like this. You know, loving hip hop. And she said, and then she said, yeah, I like K Michelle, you better.
Child, that doggone K is a Kiki. She is a Kiki. Him still downstairs, yes. So, yeah, I feel like Kay has gone through a lot, like when she was on Love and Hip Hop. I feel like Atlanta was not good to her. And I feel like when she's talking about Black people not supporting her, like here she is once again, after all this time, the last time we saw her on the show, she comes now, and Drew Sidora, who is lame as can be, she doesn't have anything to talk about. She can't go towards Portia because Portia let her back in the hair situation. She's going towards Shamia, and her and Shamia are the same, so they cancel each other out. And she's not going to go with Phaedra because Phaedra going to lay her to rest. Cynthia is a friend of the show. She ain't going to have that much her, so let's get into it with the new girl. She probably don't know that much about Pinky, right? But now the new girl you got to it with is K Michelle. She's going to drag you up, down, through the downstairs. You're gonna see Ralph because K going to take you down there. And I'm telling you, if Drew is using plots, storylines from Love and Hip Hop back in the day to come up here to have some talk about, y'all better be ready. I will message Drew myself. Drew, you wrong for this. You are wrong. You need to get off the internet. You need to get off of the internet. If you can do no more than talk about somebody's hurt, talk about somebody's hurt. Like, I don't know what you all have gone through, and I'm not just picking, let's just say Belicious, right? Yes, Belicious. So she's saying that Drew is having she said it's something to see how she set her plot up. by using things that have happened to her. So let's say, me and Belicious talked about me back in the day or whatever, and here I come back on the internet. And people talk, and people tell me, well, you should be on here because so and so said you said. What? This is a whole new day. Y'all still on that? She talking about, when she had the problem with myth hits, how Rashida talked about that didn't really happen because this and that. You know how they were friends with myth hits on the show. Yes, Drew is very much great value. Great value, Drew. Definitely great value. She talked about that. She talked about that for a while. So, if Drew uses Kay's pain against her to have a storyline, I'm not going to be able to deal with Drew. I'm not. Bringing up the past is lame. But bringing up the past when you don't have to. Yeah, she said Kay just got married 2 weeks before the show started. So let's be real. Is her storyline going to be any more legit than anyone else's? I don't know. But she was going to have a good storyline if she had to stay with that coach. Because she said that would have been her fairy tale and he was going to propose on television. So she would have had a great storyline. But due to the fact she done left and married this man in less than 48 hours, now she got a husband so she can be an actual housewife on the housewife show. Okay. But none of them have storylines. Let's be real. Honey, none of them have storylines at all. What is Drew's storyline? K. Michelle? What is K's storyline? Cursing out Drew? What is Portia's storyline? Bringing on new people every other day? Phaedra has no storyline. We've only seen one episode, so I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, they came on here faking and fronting. Portia, Phaedra is going to be a confessional assassin. That's what Phaedra's going to do. We've only seen one episode. I don't know why I can make this assessment, but I feel like Phaedra is only going to shine in confessionals because Phaedra, if you think about Phaedra back in the day, she really had connections with the ladies. Like those ladies would go sit down, go back and forth. You remember she almost threw her purse at Kenya? You remember that? Like they had real deal wholesale stuff. She talking to what's the stripper name? She talking to the stripper. Can you meet her up about that? Like they had real stuff. Phaedra, I feel like Phaedra gonna disappoint me. I really do. Ooh, honey, LaFon said she want to see an entire new cast. An entire new cast? Do you think that we ready for that, girl? Because you know how we do. We're really not good with change. Oh, shoot. What did I miss? Well, K. Michelle, God's child, K. Michelle told, let me speak to this. She said K. Michelle is really going to be Phaedra's biggest competition. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because Jason was saying how Phaedra had called him to ask about Kay. Jason said, I need you and Kay to get together because that would be a nuclear, if you and Kay go back and forth. Because I don't think Phaedra's mouth can keep up with Kay's either. Because Kay talk fast off the rip and it ain't gonna make sense what she gonna say, but she gonna lay you out. You know what I'm saying? But Kay said that she meant to go on this show and not like Phaedra. She said that Phaedra wanted to help her husband with his licensing in Atlanta. She was like, no. Which then she came out and said Phaedra is her best friend on the show. So she went in. Not to like Phaedra. So we may see some of that. We could see some of that. We could. I wonder if Pinky will get drowned out by the rest. I can see that. She seemed lame too. When she came in with Shamia, I had already put her in the lame box. Because Shamia's so lame to me. Okay, K. Michelle has not even. Wait a minute. K. Michelle was not even expecting this mess to go down after dinner. Exactly. That's why she got up and left. And she was telling Jason, You know, people talking about she gonna declass the show. What she come? Thank you, Chance. Thank you so much. She gonna declass the show. She gonna do this. She gonna do that. Then she said when I got up and left the mess, then people were talking about well, she thinks she too good to sit with the women. Like she can't win. Like Kay's not because there are people who are not Kay fans, you know, and then she has some diehard fans. I just love Kay. You know what I'm saying? I can call her however I see it. Whatever she does, I can't do nothing but talk about what she does on TV. Right? Thank you, Chance, so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Pinky came in flip flops. I was so mad at Pinky and Shamia when they came in there wasting champagne on Simon's floor. I was like, okay, Simon might not be in the house, but this still somebody's home. So you come in my house and you waste something, I expect you to clean it up, not keep walking. To clean up on aisle 4. I'd put Pinky right on out the house. She was so lame to me when she was over there with. I'd be like, girl, we gotta go. We gotta go. Shamia already knew Gerald wasn't gonna make it. Talking about he been rerouted. Could I get rerouted? Stay at home. Yeah, Portia's floor. Simon's floor. I don't know. I feel, honey, I'm right here with you. Pinky and Shamia spilled drinks on purpose just to be rude. I believe that. I don't know what their deal is. I don't know what's in their deal. Hey, August Leo, when they had the ghost of Simon walk, baby, let me tell you, in order for me to screenshot Simon walking past them, I can't tell you how many screenshots I had, but I had to get it. Baby, because I was watching it, I said, that's Simon? I was like, y'all did that. But see, that kind of stuff, that makes the show feel gimmicky. And that's what people are saying. This is not the old Housewife because you got like little gimmicks now. And I don't think Housewives ever needed gimmicks. I think Housewives just fantastic housewives. You don't need like graphics up there. You're on like on Bell Collective when they have like little stuff popping up in the scene. Like they need gimmicks. They need help with that. It's just not cool. I just don't like it. Gerald did not want to go at all because he would. Gerald, I just don't like gimmicky things. I never felt like the Housewives needed something like that. Now, don't get me wrong, honey. That Simon, the ghost of Simon walking through there, took me out. It was perfect. And even though they were standing there talking like they couldn't get married, it was perfect. But they don't need that. They're the Housewives. Like, they're not going to do that on Beverly Hills. And speaking of Beverly Hills, after this live, I'm going to go do the review for the Beverly Hills outfits, and I'm going to watch Beverly Hills, and I'm going to post that tomorrow. Baby, them prom girlies, the prom girlies that I be showing, they could go over to Beverly Hills and help them out. The only person worth looking at on the Beverly Hills reunion is Bose. When I tell you Bose is a chocolate dream, oh, I got chills right now thinking about her dress. Hold on, let's just look at it. Hold on, let's look at it. Let's just look at it. Hold on. So, what you call look like she on Little House of the Prairie? Hold on, child. Let me go find. Let me go to where I need to go. And we're gonna end this live, y'all. We're gonna unless y'all got something else to talk about, we're gonna look at this and then we're gonna go. Oh, and oh no, I do have something else to talk about. Hold on. Hold on, let's look at these fashions right quick. And then we're gonna go from there. Oh, wait a minute, I thought I saw where are the fashions at? Oh no. Where did I see the fashions? Cause hold on. Brown sugar baby, did you put them in my messages? Did I get that from you? Hold on, I need to see if I got that from her. I feel like I got these from you. Child Columbus short back on TMZ. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna get into Kyle. Kyle looks like because you know I gotta do this for everybody. Hold on. Ooh. Let's look at Kyle. I wish I could just do this while I'm on here. Child, look at Kyle. Kyle looks like she is going to church. She like the first lady of the church, and it's first Sunday, and she's gone. This is what Kyle wore to the reunion. Now, granted, it's probably very expensive, and it probably is Gucci because that's her image. Nevertheless, she's next. Let's go to the next one. Look at this, baby. Look at this. Ooh, this give me chills, honey. Bows look so good. Oh, I know when she walked out of there, I know they was like, oh. And here's the thing. They look so plain. They almost plain Jane bows, but bows stand out so tough. You know this is an African designer. This chocolate on this chocolate. I love that her hair is up, pulled back off her face. Simple jewelry. Bows wins every single time. Ooh, bows look so good. Child. Look at that. Look at that. Bows is nothing to play with. All right, let's go to the next one. Child, Jennifer Tilly. Is this Jennifer Tilly on Jennifer Tilly's dress? Is this Jennifer Tilly on her own dress? I'm gonna kind of get behind that. I think that's her on her. Because one thing about Jennifer, she got the coin to do it. And this seems like it's in sequins. I'm not sure these beads. It's beads, definitely. She had somebody make this. I don't know where she got this from. I'm not a big fan, but Jennifer, I like Jennifer as a friend of, and I like that she is, like this is my, I like this. This is actually my number 2. Then she got this hair buffoned up. Jennifer looks good. I'm gonna give her number 2. So if I give her number 2, you already know what's coming down the pike. So get ready. I like Jennifer's dress. If that's Jennifer is on her dress, she's definitely number 2. Jennifer Tilly is not a girl to play with. You know what I'm saying? I would love to talk to her. Oh, I need to make that happen for myself. Child, what in the house on the prairie Nelly is this? And you know this woman got money. You just went in the store and said, oh, this is it. Sequins, triple lace at the bottom, triple lace on the arms, high shoulders. It's giving Givenchy. It's giving Nelly from House on the Prairie, Little House on the Prairie. This is a mess. This is a mess. Like they never have a color scheme. And I don't know why Andy won't mention it or make it happen. Child, even though I was upset with Merited Medicine and Potomac. Well, I can't be mad at Potomac because they had their stuff first. Merited Medicine came back in red. But the girls are always going to have a theme or a color. You remember one year, I think Torino had Las Vegas. Potomac does it better than anybody to me. Green, white, blue, black. Atlanta does it. You know what I'm saying? What? You know this woman got the money to buy whatever she wants. She could have got Bose to help her get a dress. Baby Bose shut it down. Shut it down. Let's go to the next one. Okay, I think Erica is my number 3. I like Erica's dress. It's like a bodysuit under here with a lace top. I mean, it's very on par for her. It's not something that she wouldn't wear. It's very on par for her, but I don't like her hair long like this. I mean, I don't like where it is. Maybe if she had pulled it back, it'd been different. But I mean, it's a bodysuit. It's a corset bodysuit with a lace covering. Okay, let's go to the next one. Honey, they are so disappointed when it comes to these clothes. Child, you can't even see Sutton. You can't even see Sutton in her outfit. Where is Sutton? If it wasn't for the blonde streak at the very top of her head, I wouldn't even be able to see her in this dress. What I'm glad her legs are covered though. I am happy about that. This is horrible. The girlies that I talk about on prom would never, they would never wear something like this. And even if they did, it would be sequined down, hair would be giving, shoes, everything, bag, everything. This is crazy. It is insane. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's keep going. Uh-oh. Did I? Okay, we gotta do this one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dorit, child. Let's get to Dorit, honey. I gotta share my screen again. I done messed up. Okay, here goes Dorit. Same thing with Sutton. Dorit is just, we can't even see her. I mean, it's probably Louis Vuitton or Versace. I don't know. But it definitely looks like Dillard's. It's giving Dillard's. It's giving Dillard's. And that's all. I mean, it's giving Dillard's. That's what it's giving. I don't know. I don't know what they think about. Are they going for the brown kind of sorta? Because maybe I don't know what they're doing. No, they're not going for brown. This baby right here needs to eat a steak and potatoes and lay down. That's what she needs to do. She is. You can't even see her dress, but you know it's definitely giving caftan. You know what it's giving. I liked Rachel on the season this year. When I get over here, I gotta watch the show and review it. I have that up tomorrow, and I have these looks up tomorrow also. But it's, I mean, this is what she probably got this in her closet, or she probably went and bought it from Chanel, and it's just giving. It's expensive. You just know it's expensive, and she probably could have already had it. I mean, Beverly Hills is so disappointing when it comes to these reunion looks. Look, child, not a yassified mortician. Yeah, Erica can dress, baby. Erica doesn't. I asked Paris about Erica's confessional look. I had messaged Paris because I had been asking in these comments all the time, like, what is this Erica got with this like patchwork on it with this blue and orange? He told me what it was, but he said it's very expensive. Well, child, absolutely. Let's keep going. Oh my God. Y'all, look, Amanda. Amanda, I expected you to come to this, and her dress is expensive too. So I will say this: we will be listening to them because they are definitely nothing to look at. You know what I mean? I don't mean it like that, like they're nothing to look at, but we will definitely be listening to what they have to say. So I'm gonna have to go with Bose. I'm gonna have to go with Bose. I'm gonna have to go with Jennifer Tilly. Then I'm gonna have to go with Erica, and that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. Bose did that. Girl, that's so pretty. Oof, that's so pretty. I love it. I love it. All right. I know. Dory is a label, not a label 304. Get the prom kids to show them how to dress. I know. Oh, child. Oh, y'all. I got some more prom looks. I'll probably do that video and post it tomorrow also. Oh my gosh, y'all. These new prom looks I got are crazy. Crazy. Before There we go. Yeah, we talked about Brandon one year last week, child. 1 year is just disgusting. The way he sat there and talked about she could get it and all that kind of stuff and took her out of state. That was insane. I did see what people were defending him. I thought that was insane. I thought that was crazy. Is it still frozen? Oh yeah, Tia got a new man. Have y'all seen him? I forgot. Yes. How are people blaming Brandy? That is so crazy. The girl was 16. You can't blame a 16-year-old with a 22-year-old man trying to push up on you. The girl thought she was in love. He called himself her boyfriend in private. 1 year is gross. He is gross. Yes, child. Tia Murray got her a new man, baby. She is really smiling. Do you hear me? She doing some things Corey couldn't make her do. Yeah, he is a super creep. Let me see. Heart and Hustle and Divorce Wife. Now, I told y'all I'm going to have a sign-on for Paramount because Divorce Wife's going to be on Paramount. I'm not buying Paramount. Because if I buy Paramount, it will only be for Divorce Wives, and I will have to keep it longer than a month. So I'm not doing that. Bose doesn't even have competition, to be honest. None. She has no competition on that show. None. When Bose steps out, even though she had one of the worst wigs she's ever had on in the time she had that little thing right here on the top, and then this was shagged out. I was like, where the hell is Bose going? Yeah, get the prom kids. Get the prom kids to show them how to dress. It was a mess. Let me go through Instagram right quick. Okay? Let me go through Instagram right quick. Let me see. Wendy's magazine cover. Oh, yes. Did y'all see Wendy's magazine cover? Hold on. Let's look at that right quick. Hold on, honey. Let's look at Wendy's magazine cover. Oh, child. Hold on. Wendy Ostefo. Let me go to her page. Let me take this down. Let me go to Wendy Ostefo. Come on now. Okay, here we go. Wendy Ostefo, honey. Oh, that's another one. Okay, here we go on Glamour Magazine. Honey, Wendy looked good. Duh. She looked fantastic. It is so pretty, right? But she said it's in Bulgaria. Yeah. But nevertheless, baby, she in the fashion issue. She looked good. Hold on, let's look at another photo. I thought she looked fantastic. Let me see. I think this was my favorite. This was my favorite right here. This was my favorite of Wendy. I like Wendy said, I'm gonna put some pictures out here just in case I would have to wear some pinstripes and orange in a few coming months. I still know I'm a baddie before I went in. I love that photo. Loved it. Loved it. And then the one with the printed dress on. Oh, Wendy ate that up. Oh, I forgot about that when she laid out there with her boobs out. This is so pretty to me. Erica and Sway. Yeah, Erica who? I love this. I think this is really pretty. She did good. I'm happy for her. I want her to be okay. Child, wait, of course, his new lover. Bulgaria takes better photos of Black women than American magazines. Oh, Sway. Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about, Sway. Okay. He was talking about somebody else. Okay, let me see. They're calling Tia's man a YN because he has wigs. They're nicer than Jay-Z's to me. Oh, talking about those little things on the hair. That's what they call wigs? Okay. No, child. She said, did I see the girl who's supposed to be Lance's girlfriend talking about bringing home Love and Marriage Huntsville? Girl, you got to find that and send that to me on Instagram because I want to see that. Yeah, it's Bulgaria, but I mean, it ain't been no other housewives on no magazine covers. I don't think. I don't think nobody else. I definitely know single one. If they have made it, they made it in a group. They didn't make it by themselves. But nevertheless, she's on a cover. She looked beautiful. Her layouts were fantastic, and she looked great. I thought Wendy looked fantastic. Whatever it is, it looked great. Sierra from Summer House. Oh, I don't know that much about Summer House of Sierra. Is that the girl that was sliding down the wall outside and that man came and kind of helped her up? Is that who you're talking about? Because I don't know that much about that. I don't watch Summer House. I'm about to get ready to get into these housewives. I'm about to do that. Wendy out here with a whole spread in Glamour magazine looking book busy and educated. Meanwhile, I'm still wanting to see what Giselle Bryan got besides a camera professional. Exactly. Because ain't nobody taking no pictures of Giselle. Robin, nobody. Karen. Karen got a new team, right? And the thing is, they're kind of young, and they feel like they're putting Karen out there too much, a little bit too much. But you see, she hadn't been on no more interviews because she don't need to be. Oh yeah, I gotta go to Walmart. Look at Erica 2 decades. Okay, I don't know what it is, Godchild. You gotta send it to me. Child, that was Lance said he outside though. Lance told y'all last week he was outside with his girlfriend sitting up there. I saw that. I thought she was Snoop from The Wire. Yeah, I thought she was sliding down the wall. Karen is popular. Did you see that picture I posted with Karen? Karen looks fantastic. Sierra was at Hermes when she found out about West. Oh yeah, was it her outside of Hermes? Slide, girl. If I can go at Hermes, honey, I ain't about to sit down here and slide by the wall by no man, unless the man that cut the credit card off, and I can't go back into Hermes. Woo! She said Portia's girlfriend picked her up by feds for PP loan. To my sway. Hold on, Delicious. Hold on. Girl, I keep going for this. Wait. She said Portia's girlfriend picked up by feds for PP loan. Sway been picked up by feds? Hold on, child. Sway PP loans. SWAY PPP loans. How can I Google this? No. Y'all, no. They said Sway. Child, not Sway. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back up here. Let me go back up here too. Oh, it is something I wanted to talk to y'all about. Wait a minute. I know it's not going to be at the front of my page. I know it's not. It's going to...
They say this massive warehouse fire was allegedly the work of a disgruntled employee. Stunning new video appears to show the start of the fire. In the footage posted to social media, you hear someone say, "All you had to do was pay us enough to live." As stacks of toilet paper, police say this massive warehouse fire was allegedly the work of a disgruntled employee. Stunning new video appears to show the start of the fire. In the footage posted to social media, you hear someone say, "All you had to do was pay us enough to live." As stacks of toilet paper, police say this massive warehouse fire was allegedly the work of a disgruntled employee. Stunning new video of toilet paper burn.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live. There goes your inventory.
Last night, police announced the arrest of Jamil Abdul Karim on suspicion of multiple felony arson-related charges, adding that the 29-year-old is an employee. Toilet paper burn.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live. There goes your inventory.
Last night, police announced the arrest of Jamil Abdul Karim on suspicion of multiple felony arson-related charges, adding the 29-year-old is an employee. Toilet paper burn.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
Employee of NFI Industries, a third-party distributor for Kimberly-Clark, the company known for manufacturing paper-based personal care and hygiene products.
We can confirm that he was on scene of the fire at the time that it started, yes.
an employee of NFI Industries, a third-party distributor for Kimberly-Clark, the company known for manufacturing paper-based personal care and hygiene products. Flames shot up in back of nearby homes as the fire tore through the approximately 1 million square foot warehouse.
Definitely was uncharacteristic fire. It definitely pushed our firefighters into that defensive operation, and that was one indication that it could possibly be a arson of nature.
Flames shot up in back of nearby homes as the fire tore through the approximately 1 million square foot warehouse.
Definitely was uncharacteristic fire. It definitely pushed our firefighters.
Not Ontario. Yeah, I used to go to Ontario to catch the plane when I lived in California. I love Ontario. That is crazy. Yo, what y'all talking about? What happened? What did y'all do? What happened? What you talking about, Delicious? He took a video of what he did on his phone and the police confiscated with his dumb self. Yes, start out with toilet paper. What y'all do? Y'all, that is so crazy. And then all them square footages has gone and hit people in their homes. It's not Sway, it's a dude named Jonathan. Okay, it's not Sway. Okay. He videoed himself. Whew. Okay, y'all. That's 2. It's horrible. I've held y'all here long enough, child. I gotta go to Walmart. I gotta watch some TV shows, and then I'm gonna try to go back to sleep later on. But I want to thank y'all for being here tonight. I think this was a really good live. We talked about a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff covered. I'll do Housewives of Beverly Hills tomorrow. I'll do Beverly Hills Looks tomorrow, and then we'll have some more hot topics tomorrow. Y'all have a good night, and I thank you for being here. Shout out to Facebook. I'll be over there. I'll be over there in a few minutes. I think I might come on over with y'all tonight, or it might be later on tonight. But I have the spa situation set up, so y'all know everything you need to do in order to get in for the spa giveaway. So YouTube, we got to get up to 50,000. Let's get it up. Let's get the numbers up, because yeah. So Facebook, I'll be over there. Talk to y'all in a few minutes before I get ready to get out of here. Maybe if I don't do it in a few minutes, it might be later on. I'm just gonna do it live. So whoever up will be up, and it'll be on the page, so you can go back and see it. Facebook, Millie Chan on Facebook. Thank you for being here. Let's continue to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hype the videos and all of the things. Love y'all down daily. Y'all have a good night. Oh, the Alphas come over tomorrow. That's awesome. And shout out to everybody who's going over for this season, honey. Shout out to everybody. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all. Bye.